Hello everybody, and welcome to this week's Nightwave reset video for today, October 12th, 2025. As a reminder, this current Nightwave will be ending on the 23rd. The new Nightwave will be starting on the 27th, and also on the 15th, which is Wednesday this week, we will be getting the Valis Undermine Knocko update and the new Tenogen looks. Anyway, let's see what we have going on this week. In the objectives this week, as always, we've got kill 500 enemies, complete 15 missions, and kill 30 Xmas units. These objectives are here every week. If you need the points, just make sure you're doing them weekly. Then we've got Hold Your Breath, survive for over 20 minutes in Vancouver Survival. If you have some doubts about doing this solo, obviously stay in public, and also this pops as a relic mission quite frequently, so you can do the relic mission, and that will usually have more people in there as well. We've also got Defeat the Aura Worm in Steel Path. The Aura Worm is the boss at the end of the Duviri Spiral. That is the above ground part, not the below ground part, which we know is the circuit. So you do have to defeat the Aura Worm. And then we've got complete 3 mobile defense missions. Can be any type. Could do relics while doing it to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Super easy objective. We've also got clear a Railjack boarding party without your Warframe taking damage. As long as you're not in Steel Path, this should be pretty easy. For dailies, we've got bullet jump 150 times. We've got kill enemies with cold damage, and we've got kill enemies with a secondary weapon. In the store offerings this week, we do have the top row and a half of items that's always here. If you don't have anything that you want from the Nightwave, you definitely should consider, spending your credits before Nightwave switches over towards the end of the month. Probably the best options to get is going to be Nightane or like maybe Organ Reactors, for example, if you need them. Moving on to the helmets, we do have the Oberon Markor helmet. If you need some alternate helmets for Oberon, considering that his rework will be dropping on the 15th as well. We have the Rhino Vanguard helmet. There's the Goss Mag helmet. Not really a fan, but worse things exist. Protea Telema helmet, one of my personal favorites. We've got the Octavia Cadenza helmet. Not a fan, but if it works for you, hey, all the more power to you. We've got a Varuna Anukas helmet. I think this is a cool helmet. We've got the Valkyrie Basket helmet, a personal favorite of mine because it gives her like the little cat ears, and cats are love and life. We've got a Vauban Esprit helmet, one of the top 5 most ugliest helmets ever. I cannot with this helmet. We're just gonna move on. We've got a Hero Crucis helmet. I like this helmet. It's very medieval Templar style. We've got a Zaku Kinsu helmet, one of my personal favorites for them. We've got a Limbo RSTS helmet. Not really a fan, but worse things exist. I've got a Titania Mab helmet. This is one of my personal favorite alternate helmets if I wasn't using the deluxe skin. We've also got an Ivara Zoroastra helmet. I think the helmet is cool, but I'm just not a fan of what it does to like the head of the Warframe. Not a fan. We've got the Arca Plasmor Solstice skin if you enjoy playing with this weapon. We've got a Dante Cantus helmet. I used to think this helmet was silly. Now I don't own Dante yet, but after seeing what his base helmet looks like, I'm not sure like either of them, but I guess they're about equally. On an equal level. I don't know if I want to say silly, but I don't know. Maybe they'll come out with better Dante helmets in the future. We've got a Caliban Cranion helmet if you want to make him look even more sentient-like. There is an Ember Phoenix helmet. It's alright. It's a pretty average helmet. We've got the Titania RI helmet, another good option. We've got a Lavos Cordatus helmet. He doesn't have a whole lot of skins. I hope they make more skins for him. We've got a Dual Kira's Solstice skin if you enjoy playing with this weapon. There's an Atlas Shakoro helmet. I don't really have any opinions on this, really. We've got the Excalibur Pendragon helmet. It's an average Excalibur helmet. We have a Loki Swindle helmet, which is a very average Loki helmet. There is an Ember Backdraft Phoenix helmet, not really my favorite, but if it works for you, there it is. We've got a Hero Suffragan helmet with the little orc tusks going on. We have a Grundled helmet, one of my personal favorites. We've also got a Citrine Cowlight helmet. I used to not like this, but I think I actually do like this now because it does have the geodes from the inside. And, the basic helmet just isn't really that good. In some mods, we've got Napalm Grenades for the Penta. Grenades leave a burning patch on impact. This is a pretty interesting and fun mod to play around with. We've got Exposing Harpoon for the Harpack. Not really a weapon I use, but if you use it, you may want to check it out. We've got Sniper Scavenger Aura, not really worthwhile in my opinion. We've got Dizzying Rounds for the Bronco, that is Bronco singular, not the Act Bronco. We've also got Critical Precision for the Tiburon, but this is only in burst fire and for headshots. So personally, I probably wouldn't use this. We've got Creamer's Bond. I would recommend everybody get this. This is like a mandatory universal leveling slot mod. If you don't have anything else, it's a good option. And if you are just leveling something to test if you like it or not before reformatting the R slot or all of the other slots, this is a good option. And then we've got Enemy Radar. Not bad if you don't have other choices, but you should be having Enemy Radar and Elite Radar in your companion anyway. We have a Marilock Desert Camo skin. There is a Heck Desert Camo skin. We've got a Nightwave emblem. There is the Gamma color palette. If you don't have this, you should pick it up because it's for credits. There's a Saturn VI Cyandana. There is a Kinetic Siphon Trap decoration. We've got a Contrathermal Companion Glyph, which ironically looks like Firefox. We've got a Nightwave ornament. A Falcor Shock Camo. Oh, it's doing that again. Falcor Shock Camo skin. As you can see the first time you click on it in the store, it's just so stealthy. It's a ninja, so you have to click on it again to actually see it. We've got a Nuggle statue of the wolf. We've got Ambush Optics, which has less zoom for the Rubico in case the extra zoom makes you dizzy like it does to me. We've got Double Tap. I cannot speak. The Double Tap for the Latron, which is a 20% bonus damage on your next shot for 2 seconds, can stack up to 20 times outside of PvP. Well, let's say nobody does PvP anyway, but it could be good if you do like this weapon. We've also got Skull Shots for Viper, that is Viper singular, not the twin Vipers. We've got Power of 3 for Ivara, and then we've got the Saturn 6 knee plates if you're missing these and you need them. And yeah, that's what we have in the store this week. That is it for this week's Nightwave Reset video. I hope the information helped you, and as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and remember, Halloween is a year-round holiday, and stay spooky.